All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Now at 6, Raul Valley was acquitted of the murder charge he faced in the stabbing death of 17-year-old James McGrath. But it was a partial verdict. The judge declared a mistrial and some lesser charges. So we'll explain what happened in court yesterday and what comes next for Valley.
Good morning and happy Thursday. We're glad you're starting yours off with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus, America Areas.
And I'm Bridget Buerlo. Rain might be coming down where you're waking up this morning, and there's a flash flood warning now in parts of northern Connecticut, Matt.
Yeah, and that's what we were worried. We talked about this just about 15 minutes ago. There were some areas that were seeing the same rain over and over again, and that's what leads to isolated but still flooding nonetheless. Good morning to you. Here's what you need to know before you go. We are talking rain, some storms this morning. The temperatures and the humidity back off a little bit, but the humidity is going to be hanging out overall over the next few days. The weekend looks like a winter. Let's go to the radar and show you exactly what we're talking about. There's your, in terms of your training, right about there. I'm going to loop this once so that you can see. Watch as the rain just kind of stays there. From Stores up through Ashford and Eastford, along Route 171, seeing some difficult rain now, approaching Woodstock, Putnam and Pomfret as well. So that's what we're watching for. Rest of the board looks okay. We don't see much in the way of serious stuff off towards the west. We may see an isolated shower storm later on this afternoon, but the bulk of the energy, as you will see, is hanging out now. We'll get this out of the way by about lunchtime. It tapers off quickly, and then we'll start to see a resettling, if you will, of the forecast. Temperatures in the lower 70s right now, is really staying in the 70s for the most part, getting up to 79. Notice the next couple of days are drier. Are they less humid? We'll talk about that coming up. 6:02, let's go to the roads right now. Here's Erica.
All right, first off, we're taking a look at the traffic flow all across the state. Not too bad at 6:02. We've got to look at your drive times here. Hartford drive times, no issues there. Only 6 minutes from Glastonbury to the Founders Bridge. Taking a look at Fairfield County, it's starting to become a little bit problematic there. Trumbull to Westport, we're in the yellow now, and then Bridgeport to Fairfield, 9 minutes at 35 miles per hour there. Another quick look here. Hartford drive times, no issues at all getting in and out of Waterbury in Hartford. So we'll take a live look here. Check out a street view or a look at I-84 in Waterbury. Looks like the rain is not coming down as hard as it was earlier, which is good news for sure. Traffic moving along at a steady pace there. Just remember the roads are wet. If you head out, stay safe out there. And at 6:02, we've just learned that a bicyclist has died after a crash in Litchfield.
Now, this was one of several car crashes across the state that happened last night, and many of them involved motorcycles or bicycles. Let's go out to Fox 61's Glenn Goodall joining us now from Litchfield. Glenn, what are you learning from police?
Yeah, Bridget, Erica, some terrible news out of Bantam. We now know that the bike rider in this incident has died, and police say that they don't know why the car and the bicyclist crashed, and that bike rider has been identified as 33-year-old Trevor McManus. Police say that the driver stayed on the scene and was not hurt. Police are asking anyone who saw the crash to please contact them as soon as possible with any information. We're also working on some updates for a few other crashes that happened throughout Connecticut. In Danbury, there was a crash on I-84 East just before 10 p.m. State police say a car and a motorcycle crashed and there are serious injuries, but we do not know how many people were hurt there. And then over in East Haddam, a car crashed into 2 bikes on Jones Hill Road just after 7 last night. State police say 2 people were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. And over in Enfield, at least 1 person was hurt after 2 vehicles crashed. This happened on I-91 North just before exit 49 around 9:30 last night. The crash was first reported on the state traffic website as involving a dump truck, and state police say 1 person was sent to the hospital but is expected to be okay. While we don't know what led up to these crashes, it's an important reminder on how you can keep yourself safe on the road. AAA says motorcycle and bike riders should remember to make yourself visible, keep your lights on, and wear bright colors and use reflective tape even during the daytime. Experts also say it's important to wear a helmet. In Connecticut, only people under the age of 18 need to wear a helmet, and that law changes on October 1st to anyone under the age of 21. We'll keep you updated on all these crashes as we learn more throughout the morning. But for right now, live in Bantam, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
Do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
A sigh of relief for Raul Valley, the man charged in the stabbing death of 17-year-old James McGrath. He's been found not guilty of the two top charges, murder and manslaughter. Jurors, though, remain deadlocked on several lesser charges, so the judge declared a mistrial on those counts. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules has been following this case since the very beginning. She has more reaction from inside the courtroom.
There was a lot of emotion in the courtroom. Raul Valley let out a sigh of relief as the verdict was read, and his mother began crying and hugging family members. However, the McGrath family was completely in shock, with several of those family members bursting into tears.
Court stands adjourned.
All rise. Court's adjourned.
After 3 weeks of testimony and 3 days of deliberation, the jury was able to come to a partial verdict. Valley was found not guilty of murder and the lesser charge of manslaughter in the first degree, as well as the 3 assault charges. The jury remained deadlocked on another lesser charge of manslaughter in the first degree, reckless. The court decided to call a mistrial on that charge. After nearly 2 hours of deliberations, the jury told Judge Sherry Murphy Monday that they were hopelessly deadlocked on the murder charge. Tuesday, the jury sent another note to the judge saying they were still deadlocked on the murder charge and unable to reach an agreement on the 3 assault charges. Valley said he was acting in self-defense when he stabbed 4 people at a Shelton house party in 2022. 17-year-old James McGrath died from his injuries and 3 others were injured. Judge Murphy wished Valley the best of luck before adjourning court.
You have been acquitted of the 4 charges that were held against you and stated in the substitute information. So at this point in time, I wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you. Valley got emotional as he hugged his defense attorney, Kevin Smith, before leaving the courthouse hand in hand with his family. However, the McGrath family left the courthouse heartbroken and shocked.
I was ready for maybe manslaughter. I'm not ready for not doing it.
Kevin McGrath, James McGrath's father, says they will never forget Jimmy and will keep pushing to get justice for him.
Jimmy was a wonderful person. Both Rosie and Jimmy were the light of our lives. He's just a great personality, good kid, funny kid, great athlete, a team player.
The court did call a mistrial on the first-degree reckless manslaughter charge. The state plans to refile that in court. In Milford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
In about 30 minutes, we'll hear from a legal expert about where the case goes from here. And you can find full coverage of this trial on Fox 61 Plus. Just download it on your TV and watch it for free.
Well, there was a disturbing scene at this New London facility here. Police say a man was found unconscious with head injuries to his head. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza has the latest on the investigation and also what we've learned from those connected to the facility.
It was right around 10 o'clock Monday night when police were called to this care facility here in New London. Now, when they arrived, they found a man unconscious and unresponsive with what they described as clear signs of facial trauma. I spoke with the facility's owner, who declined to go on camera but tells me all residents are accounted for. She says the victim was a visitor, not someone who lived there. A sign on the front door clearly states all visitors must sign in at the front desk. No overnight guests allowed. Just behind the facility, I spoke with a man who lives nearby. He says he heard from someone who saw the reported assault, who told him the man was hit after asking a question.
One of the guys that lives there, he saw it, and he's a homeless guy, and he was crying about it because he knew the guy. So I gave him a hug.
He says it's a sad situation, but it's not uncommon to hear disturbances coming from that area. At this time, no arrests have been made, but police say the investigation is ongoing. And if you know anything that can help, you're asked to call New London Police. Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.